Hey everybody, welcome back to the Minecraft survival experience. Since last episode, guys, I've done some AFK fishing and it's got me a lot of good stuff. I got a lot of awesome stuff. Let me actually show you guys right now what's down here. Down here is some of the chests, which I haven't done, I guess, a whole lot of AFK fishing, but I do have this entire bottom chest completely full with some, honestly, some pretty good books down here. We have this Silk Touch book right here, which is pretty good. We also have this chest completely filled up as well. This is a monstrous book, and we still have a few other books around here as well. But I did get a few other books. I did get a mending book. We'll save that for later. I did actually get a mending book, and so what I decided to do was put that mending book on my my efficiency 4, I think it was efficiency 4 on breaking 3 pickaxe. I put the mending book on there. And I put, I think it was a Silk Touch and Efficiency 4 or something like that. So I now have a Efficiency 5 on Breaking 3, Mending, and Silk Touch pick that I've named Silky. That's the first name I ever gave a Silk Touch pick. So I kind of went with that. I think it's a pretty cool pick. I also got myself a bow. We finally have a bow. I named it the Fire Bow, and it is Power 5 on Breaking 3, Flame, and Infinity. Sadly, you can't put Mending and Infinity on the same bow. It's pretty sad, but we still have a pretty nice bow, and I think it'll last us quite a while. I also named the arrow, because I always have, you only need one arrow to go with an infinity bow. So I named the one arrow that we're going to carry around Infiniro. I don't know why I decided to name it like that. I guess infinity arrow and infinity matched with arrow gives you Infiniro. I don't know, but we'll go with it. So I got those two things done off camera. We're finally starting to name a few things, and today... Oh, and I also went ahead and named our Silk Touch shovel, our Efficiency 4 on Breaking 3 Silk Touch shovel. I went ahead and named that to Silk McShovel, because why not? But yeah, we still have two more. I still have a few like bits of naming and combining things that I want to do. Where is that efficiency book? There's got to be another efficiency book around here somewhere. Probably up here. There's Efficiency 4. Let me just, can I get a better, that's Infinity. We'll take the Efficiency 4, Sharpness 3. Guess I'll just use that one. Because I want to get our Silk McShovel shovel to Efficiency 5. Because that's a pretty good thing to have on there. And I want to go ahead and get our Diamond Axe to Efficiency 5. And then probably add some, obviously both of these we're going to need mending on at some point. I just don't have a whole lot of mending books right now, so... If we go ahead, go to our anvil, Silk McShovel. Which one's better? Is that cheaper? 5 versus 5. They're the same. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead. Diamond Axe. Efficiency. That's 5. And we're going to name this Tree Chopper. With an exclamation point. Tree Chopper. How you doing, Tree Chopper? And my anvil broke. That was actually perfect timing. So yeah, both these things we're going to need mending on at some point. We still need to get ourselves an unbreaking... Actually, can we do that now as well? Let me go grab some iron and see if we can do that. Alright, we got ourselves our new anvil. Let's go ahead and get our fortune pick. Put some unbreaking on that. And as for a name for this thing, I didn't really think of one beforehand. We could always name this... Let's see. It's a fortune pick. He gets lots of diamonds. Give me more diamonds. Give me more diamonds. Give me more diamonds. Maybe that'll work. I think it's a silly name. Yeah. Let's go with that. Give me more diamonds. Obviously, it's supposed to be more, but mo diamonds. Give me mo diamonds. Or my diamonds. I don't know. Something like that. It's a pretty nifty name. We're not going to name the sword yet because this isn't our main sword yet. We do have all these named now. What do we have for the armor? Can I name some of this armor? We could name this... what can we name our diamond helmet? Water breather. If that's how you even spell water or breather. Name it that. If we named our boots swimmers, because it lets us go through depth strider. Why not? And then the rest of these will wait for a little bit. We have water breather and swimmers. Why not? I thought of naming these swimming trunks, but that wouldn't really work because swim trunks are for your pants. So that'd be a little bit weird. But I think that those are pretty good names. Started naming some stuff. I'm very glad that we finally got around to naming all this stuff. Been waiting for some good names for a while, and I'm pretty happy with how those names turned out. But guys, that's it for all the, I guess, combining and the naming for today. It's about time to get on into today's episode. And as per request, and something that you guys have sort of mentioned over the past couple of episodes, we need to do something with this pathway. I've gotten some good suggestions, and I think it's about time we actually make a proper pathway. It'll make redoing these houses and putting houses like this all over the place a lot easier. We also need to remake the farms, all that good stuff, but having a new pathway is pretty much key to our future. So I think today's main goal is going to be to make ourselves a new pathway, probably work on the wall as well. I meant to save walls for live streams. Some people have been asking about live streams as well. I do hope to get back into that soon. I just don't have a specific date or any of that to get back into it. I'm thinking, just tentatively, I'm thinking we're going to get back into it over Thanksgiving break. I'm hoping to take my monitors home with me. Probably not my actual computer, but my monitors, most definitely. Bring the world with me. Do some streaming while I'm at home for break, so that might be a pretty cool thing. But yeah, we need to get a lot of this wall done, as much of this wall as possible, because zombies have become an issue. I'm glad some of these villagers are still alive, but while I'm AFK fishing, I have to kind of pause and sleep sometimes, because obviously it's nighttime and zombies will spawn over here. Villager, what are you doing? I need to get rid of that door. Yeah, villagers will sort of get chased by zombies over here. I've had to kill a few zombies over here, so I want to minimize that as much as possible, which would really help if I actually had this wall finished. So definitely need to do that. And we need to put a gate right here. This right here, since our bridge is right here, we really need to put a gate right here to our village. And we'll probably have another gate, I'm guessing, over, maybe not there, but probably over here. We'll probably put it right here. I'll save the gate for another day, but we need to get a gate done as soon as possible as well. But yeah, guys, main point of today, make ourselves a pathway, do some things around the village, and of course, get as good of armor as we can. I might do some more diamond hunting today. Maybe not. I may save that for live streams later on. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I've been rambling long enough. We need to get on into today's episode. We got a lot of work to do, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so I've been working on a few different designs for paths, and this is what I have so far. These are the two designs I came up with, and I think either one that we use would look pretty cool. So this is the first one I came up with. This is a pretty generic, in some ways generic design. Because we want our village in the end to look overgrown, I wanted to start out with a path that sort of has some grass faded into it. So both of these have some grass kind of cutting into the path. The path is 3 wide, so you'll have some grass cutting into it, but I started off with just cobble and gravel and stone brick. I actually sort of got this idea from Telks, who commented last episode, who said try some of those materials for a path. I like it. And then I started adding some stairs, started adding some mossy stone brick, and then I got to the point where I said, you know what, let's try some of these newer blocks. So I tried some concrete. This is light gray, I believe. Yeah, light gray concrete powder. And I think it meshes so well with this pathway. It looks absolutely nuts. I think it looks super, super, super awesome. And I'm very, very happy with how that sort of coincides with the stone brick and the cobblestone and stuff like that. So this is choice number 1. This is the first one I came up with. The second choice I came up with was this design. The reason is, when I think of a town, I think of brick pathways, honestly. Not to mention, I don't really use brick that often. It's kind of hard to get. You have to go get clay, but I think I could really go do it. So I started off with just some plain brick going all the way down. Started adding some stairs. I think the stairs look pretty good. They add some variation to it. And I said, you know what? If this is overgrown, why don't we add some leaves? So I just started adding some leaves in some places. This would also be a great way to light up the pathway underneath. Because obviously the light shines through these leaves, so we could definitely use that. Then I said, you know what? Same with this pathway. Why don't we add one of those new newer concrete powder blocks. So I added concrete powder. I decided with brown to make it look a little dirty. And I have to say, I'm really torn over which pathway looks better. Simply because this one, very gray, but it would function just fine in the village. Then we have this pathway, which is has a lot more color, I think, with it. The use of bricks is something that not very many people do. You got these leaf blocks, which show a lot of color. And so I'm really conflicted over what I should do. I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is head over to the world, gather some brick materials, gather some of these materials, and sort of have them, maybe not back to back, but at different places in the village, and sort of compare how this one looks versus how this one looks. And then from there, I'll make my decision. So let me go ahead, guys, head back to the main survival world. By the way, this is my creative world for this world. I actually have a dedicated creative world just for this series. So this is where all my creative designs come from. You can see the wall and all that stuff. So just in case you didn't know, this is where I do all my creative planning and stuff at. But yeah, guys, let me go ahead and get some materials together and start designing these pathways, start implementing them into the world. And I'll be back with you all with a progress update in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the two pathways are done. I put the more stone one over here. This is what it sort of looks like at the end. Added in some grass and whatnot. I don't think it looks bad. I think it sort of looks sort of generic, so it's all right. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not too happy with that one. I think it's too generic in how it works. This over here, though, actually, I'm gonna put that right there for now. This one over here, though, I'm not sure how I like this one either. I like the idea of using brick, and I think it looked a lot worse before I added in the little bits of grass here and there. But once I added those in, I think it looks about what I intended for it to look like. So honestly, I'm not really sure which one looks better. I'm not really sure which one fits better with the area. I tried transitioning it with the door. Another thing I thought about, which we can actually try out right now. If we took out the interior of this thing and replaced 1, 2, 3. Yes, I am using slabs like that. If we replace the interior with brick, would that be all right? What do we think about that? Because that would tie in a lot better with the pathway as well. It would just sort of make sense. If the pathway is brick, then the interiors might be brick as well. So that might be a cool thing. The more I'm looking at these, the more I'm thinking that the brick pathway kind of looks better. I mean, this to me doesn't seem like a town pathway. It seems more like a road pathway, like an old broken down road that you'd see going from one village to another. Whereas this one over here, this one looks more like a rundown town pathway than anything else. Given by, it used to be all full of bricks and whatnot, but now it has this sort of dirt on top of it, and the leaf blocks showing where just like, I guess, leaves and grass had kind of flown into the pathway, how run down the village pathway had become. So honestly, I think that this is our best bet, but let me know down in the comments section below what you guys think, because I can always change this in the next episode if you guys think that this is terrible. But I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and work with this pathway and expand it over to the rest of the village. Probably expand it this way. Use this pathway right here and expand it over here and get rid of this pathway all the way to over here and see what it looks like at a much larger extent. Yeah, even looking from over here, I think that this looks better. But if you guys think differently, please let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, let me go ahead and go do that off camera, and I'll see you guys with a progress update, with another progress update, that is, in just a moment. Alright guys, finished implementing the rest of this pathway, or at least as much as I could. I kind of ran out of brown concrete as we went this way, and I kind of ran out of sand, which was the big issue, so we just kind of went off into just the regular brick, added some grass and whatnot where I want it to be. Still need to do a lot of these insides and stuff, and transition the pathways into these things right here. But I think that this is actually the better choice. Hopefully you guys agree. If you don't, like I said before, let me know. I can still change it and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's it for the pathways for today, guys. Next bit, like I said earlier, we're gonna go ahead and work on the wall today. I'm gonna start back here, I think. Yeah, we started working on it back here. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to have this run right into the post. I don't know why, but apparently it was for me. So let's go ahead and start working on this thing. And while we work on this, I want to talk about a few things with you guys. Just a few updates as to what I've been doing, what's been going on, and what I have planning going forward. So, going forward, there's a few things not related to this series that I wanted to go over. First thing, I will be releasing my own public Discord for you guys to join within the next week or two. The tentative date was the weekend before American Thanksgiving, which is still the tentative date. Things have not changed there. I hope to have that done for that, as well as I do plan on starting a Patreon at the same time. There should be an announcement video for them at some point, and they'll both come out at the same time. And I sort of want to talk about, with me sort of getting a Patreon, a lot of you guys may remember a little while ago, I think it was an episode on White's World. If any of you are still from White's World, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, one of the things I talked about was Patreon, and why I didn't think I would start a Patreon anytime soon. And I'm kind of going against that word. And I want to explain myself, sort of explain why I'm doing that. I originally thought a Patreon is just this thing that really big creators did. It wasn't like just people going full-time did. And I didn't really see myself as ever wanting to go full-time. Never thought that there was even a possibility for me, so I wasn't even on my radar. But as things went along, I sort of realized that Patreon is about a lot more than just people going full-time. It's about supporting creators that you enjoy and that you want to see more from, and giving them the opportunity to do more. Because a lot of people have to take time away from family life. They have a lot of times they have work, or they have a lot of schoolwork, or they have a lot of this or that they have to do. So a lot of people don't have the time to sort of, to work on YouTube. And the more I realized, the more I said, having a Patreon would give me better financial stability and give me more finances to sort of put towards this channel and to do a lot more with this channel. Now, obviously, with the Patreon, I'm expecting hardly anything. I don't expect people to actually pledge anything because, well, I'm a small channel. Let's be honest. I'm a small channel. There's about 3,000 of you out there who could potentially watch. There's only about 400 who probably watch it in total. So I doubt that any of you guys would really support. But it'll be there if any of you guys do feel like supporting, if you really want to. Any and all financial support would be very much appreciated. And I also sort of look back and think about, like, what was such a big deal about having financial support? Like, why didn't I just do it to begin with? What's the big deal? Well, I think a lot of it was sort of the way I was raised. As a kid, my mom and my dad would always hated it if I ever had to ask for money, or if I ever asked for money. There was one time in school, I was at it was Grandparents' Day, I think. I rarely ever see my grandparents, so the grandparents of one of my friends ended up buying me a snack, because why not? They were like, oh, okay, we'll just buy you a snack. That's cool. I felt so guilty about it. A few days later, or a week later, I had to tell my parents about it, or I ended up telling my parents about it, and they made me pay the person back. So I think that's a lot of where my financial sort of the reason I don't like taking money from people, the reason I haven't had donations isn't just because I just think that I don't need it. It's a lot of it because it's ingrained in my head from the time I was 2 years old that my family doesn't take money from people. we don't do it. And so for me, that was, I guess, a large part of the issue. But since things have happened, since I've just started looking at YouTube as like a viable, not even just a hobby, almost like YouTube's basically a part-time job. For those of you who don't make YouTube videos, they take a lot of time, especially Minecraft videos, and it's basically like having a part-time job. Honestly, for a lot of people, it's like having a full-time job, just with getting zero payout from it, which leads a lot of people to end up quitting. That is a lot of the reasons some people quit, is because there's little to no financial or real gain. If you're not truly enjoying it, there's little to no gain from it. So a lot of people end up quitting because of that. But yeah, so that's a lot of those are two of the things that are coming out, Discord and Patreon. Just kind of want to explain to you guys why I'm doing a Patreon. Discord, I've always wanted to have a public Discord. Never thought I really had the ability to do it. But now I feel like it's a really cool thing to have. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. I believe that's all the updates. Another thing people have been asking about streaming. They're like, hey, White, what are you going to do? You're going to start streaming again? I will start streaming again. It will definitely not be a consistent thing. I don't have the means to do it consistently. But what that does mean is that we're trying my best to stream it as much as possible. I will be heading to Thanksgiving break, so I will be heading home soon. I'm thinking over Thanksgiving break, I'm taking my monitors home with me. And so being home over that break, I should have a little bit of time at least to do some streaming, do recording, things like that. So you guys should see some streams over Thanksgiving break. That's when I plan to start streaming. And that's also when I plan to really hunker down on streaming and do a lot of the initial grind for that, getting things set up. I put out a poll on Twitter a little bit ago, and I will be getting new channel art at some point. Honestly, I don't know when, but I do plan on getting some new channel art at some point, because that is something I asked if people thought would be cool, if they were okay with it, and a lot of people liked it. So I figured, why not? Why not give it a shot? Seems like a lot of fun to get some new channel art. Because if you guys don't know, I've had this same channel art for a year and a half now, I think. And I think it's time for a change with everything that's going on, with all the changes and leaving YouTube and then coming back. I feel like it's about time for some new channel art, for a new chapter for this channel, if you want to say that. A lot of things have also changed recently. With friends of mine who some have stopped playing the game. So right now is sort of this very transitional moment for me on YouTube, for me in this internet space. So I think having some new channel art kind of symbolizes that transition and whatnot. So look forward to that. I haven't decided who I'm going to commission, because obviously I want commissioned work. I'm not going to, for the most part, I haven't gotten free artwork in a long time that I've actually used for the channel. So I'll probably commission somebody for some nifty work and see how that works. I have a few ideas of who I want to ask, but I don't know if they'll have the time or if they'll really want to do it. And honestly, it's up to if they want to do it or not, whether or not I get new channel art from certain people. But you guys will see hopefully within the next couple of weeks what happens with that. And so look forward to that. But guys, that's going to do it for the wall for today. We've gotten a tiny bit done. As you can see, this thing takes a little bit, but this is sort of the process I go through when making this wall. So look forward to more. This is probably one of the things that I'll finish on stream at some point. This is one of the things that I think is really a stream worthy sort of thing. It's very grindy. You guys have already seen this wall a ton of times. So this is something I'll probably do on streams. This is also like mining and doing a lot of grunt work. That's probably what streams are mainly going to be, because I want to save a lot of the juicy material for the YouTube videos where the majority of the audience is at. So streams will probably be more grindy work than anything else. Maybe some few stream exclusives, but probably not too many. But guys, let me go ahead and get today's comment together for today, because this is the end of the episode. This is as far as we're going to get for today. We've got a little bit of work done today, mainly talking and mainly just like thought processes and thinking. Ooh, one more thing before we do anything else. Before I go get the comment, I wanted to do this, because I wanted to finally, since we have a Silk Touch pick, I wanted to finally get ourselves an Ender chest. Yeah, I don't know where to put this thing. Put it right there, maybe? Yeah, we can put like our fortune pick can go in there. Right now, that's all I really need in there. Maybe put some extra food or something. But yeah, that's really all we need in there, actually. Huh. Let's go ahead and pick this back up as well. Boom, boom. And there we go. But guys, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick today's comment, and then we will end off today's episode. Alrighty, today's comment is from the person who originally inspired to do pathways for today, whose name is Telx Gaming, who said, "Great video. Sorry for my being inactive in your comments. I love the way the chicken cooker and house turned out. I do feel like the leaves are a bit much or a bit overbearing due to the sheer amount, but I'm a strong believer in less is more. If it were me, another typo." I'm so bad at this, guys. I'm so sorry. I changed the path through the village to a mix of things like gravel, cobble dirt in the path block because it is a little bit boring. I do like the idea of the path blocks in between the houses though. Great video as always. So yeah, I kind of figured bricks would probably make things interesting. I think it did, and adding some leaves. And actually someone else said to use brown concrete powder in the comments, which I think is what really gave me the idea for that. So thank you for the person that said that. Thank you all so much for all the comments last episode. I've got to stop making typos. I know that I say this every single episode, but I'm just so bad at typing. I rely on spell check way too much. It's kind of terrible. Not gonna lie, kind of super bad. So let me actually put this down here. That way I know I need to. Yeah, these are all the ones I still need to redo or look over and redo. So these are the only ones that I've redone so far. So it'll be a bit of a hassle, but it's worth it because you guys deserve to have your comments shown in full force the way that they were actually commented on the YouTube comments and not with little typos that are stupid. To be honest, I can't believe I am that bad at typing, but it is what it is. But guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully it was enough to satisfy your need for this series. If you did enjoy the video and are enjoying the series, go ahead, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.